Chapter 744. The nobles, having heard Pruel's words, suddenly became aware of the identity of the man ever had knocked down, in addition to the kneeling sage in front of Duke d'Arca. Those men, were they the culprits behind the recent explosion incident? The man, still trampled under Ever's feet, Daemon, with his dusky southern mixed race, complexion, and unappealing features, could be considered as such. However, the well-cultured and warm-looking sage did not seem the type to cause such accidents. Moreover, wasn't this sage associated with Baron Renbow, a nobleman? Yet, Pruel, who nearly became a duke, did not seem to be lying. More precisely, his status lent an immediate credibility to his words. As the expressions of those who valued appearances and status over truth began to shift, Duke d'Arca spoke up. Why ask me about taking them away? I thought all the culprits here, including Baron Renbow, who lies unconscious, came to see your grace, Duke d'Arca. Since you seem to be in conversation, I thought it proper to ask for permission. If I have overstepped, I apologize. Ooh, Pruel, I did not know you had this way of talking politically. Great, I never expected this. Go on. I was merely walking with my son. I had no appointments with anyone. Why Baron Renbow and this man blocked my path, I am also unaware. What an insolent act by them. It must have been unpleasant for you. So, Your Grace, you met this man for the first time today? Pruel's naive question was met with Duke d'Arca's brief silence. He narrowed his eyes at Pruel while stroking his beard, not even glancing at kneeling sage before responding. Let's see. I meet so many people that I don't remember when I first met each one. Do you think I should recognize everyone who wishes to meet me? Suddenly, the sage's shoulders tensed. He cautiously called out to Duke d'Arca. Duke d'Arca, who is interrupting me? I did not give permission to speak. Before Keol could shout to silence him, Duke d'Arca cut him off with a chilling voice that instilled fear even without raising his voice. The sage's complexion changed to the sound. Duke d'Arca, more effectively and quickly than Keol's uproar, silenced the sage and then spoke nonchalantly to Pruel. I dislike prolonged disturbances. Speak your mind if you have something to say. Understood. I realize your grace must be busy. However, something does seem odd. What might that be? After a quick glance at the frozen sage, Pruel smiled slightly and replied, According to our investigation, while pursuing the culprits, these men entered the imperial palace several times as healers with permissions to the Bright Palace. Isn't it strange, Your Grace, that you do not recall them? ... and I have already confirmed through entrance records that Baron Daemon and Baron Renbow vouched for their identities. So, you do not need to doubt that fact. Ever unfamiliar with the underlying tensions in the noble's words, had simply recorded the conversation as she heard it. However, for Ydir and Keshir, who were reading it, the dangerous undertones of that moment were crystal clear. To summarize, Pruel first circumspectly inquired if Duke d'Arca had any connection to the perpetrators of the explosion incident. Duke d'Arca casually denied any relation to the sage, intending to dismiss the matter. Pruel then immediately pointed out the contradiction and falsehood in Duke d'Arca's response by revealing the sage's identity. Duke d'Arca side, believing the cavalry would be unaware of the sage's identity, must have been quite surprised. Pruel's clever maneuvering, based on his keen understanding of Duke d'Arca's tendency to give vague answers and pretend disassociation, was truly remarkable. However, Duke d'Arca, cunning as an old raccoon, did not show any sign of discomfiture and at the single attack. Unperturbed by the murmurings of the noble, shocked by the revelation that the culprits of the capital's explosion were actually the Crown Prince's healers, Duke d'Arca replied with a calm demeanor. I said I do not remember everyone, not that I didn't know. Now that you mention it, I recall Baron Daemon expressing concern that the Crown Prince seemed a bit weakened after an injury, and out of loyal devotion, wanted to send skilled healers. However, being a man of faith, how could I have been pleased with that? Though I granted them entry, it was against my will. The last I heard was that Baron Dormont, having recently retired to the countryside, passed this matter to Baron Renbow, with whom he had a close relationship. After saying this, Duke d'Arca looked down at the still unconscious Baron Renbow with a faint expression of concern. To think that ordinary healers were actually awakeners and nearly caused a disturbance in the capital security, it would be truly regrettable if true. Indeed, Duke d'Arca had not definitively denied seeing the sage when asked. He had arrogantly countered whether he needed to remember every person he met. Everyone knew it was improbable that Duke d'Arca would ignore someone as significant as a healer frequenting the Crown Prince's palace. However, what mattered was that his explanation did not directly contradict itself. The nobles, in the face of Duke d'Arca's calm denial, collectively remained silent. Understood. Then it's alright if we take these individuals away? That's why I'm asking why you are asking me in the first place. If they are indeed the culprits, then just take them. I heard the cavalry was fortunately nearby when the explosion happened and managed to conclude it without harm. But it seems they let the culprits casually walk around the capital. I understand your concern that this might come to light, but your commander is Duke Paleta, not d'Arca. Well, I hope they fucking come back and say the same sentence back to this old fucker. Duke d'Arca spoke with a tone that seemed to jest, yet wielded words like a hidden blade. He subtly emphasized the fortunate presence of the cavalry near the incident, making others suspiciously question the coincidence. Instead of directly denying his connection with the sage, he shifted the focus into Kishier and Pruel. With his smooth rhetoric, he made them the butt of the joke. Pruel, even he, was lost for words at his natural deflection. Sly as they say, the nickname Old Raccoon isn't for naught, but let's not get entangled. As long as he has denied the connection with the sage, taking him away fulfills our objective. Upon the revelation that the sage had been the Crown Prince's palace as a healer, Pruel had expected that Duke d'Arca would concoct some reason to prevent them from taking the sage away, especially to conceal any deeper connections. However, judging by Duke d'Arca's words, it seemed he was content to feign ignorance and allow them to take the sage. There must be one reason for this. He is confident that whatever the cavalry's investigation reveals about the sage, he can deny any involvement. Indeed, Duke d'Arca had already demonstrated his skill at evading responsibility right before their eyes. Even if incontrovertible evidence of collusion were presented, the old raccoon would surely laugh it off, pushing others forward while he retreated into the background. Just as he callously abandoned Baron Dormont after gifting poison wine to Yuther at the previous party. Pruel was well aware that such an attitude from someone who undoubtedly knew he had guessed the truth was nothing less than a complete disregard for the cavalry, neither more nor less. Could there be a clearer demonstration that he did not consider the cavalry a worthy adversary? Pruel, struggling to contain his rising anger, managed a smooth smile. Haha, what seems like luck often requires 10 inevitabilities, doesn't it? Please remember that the cavalry is always dedicated to the security and well-being of the empire and its capital. He bowed his head in a greeting to Duke d'Arca, then turned away. As much as it galled him, engaging further with the monstrous elder in hopes of gaining even a slight advantage was futile. The best course of action was to retreat at this point. Yeah, I think Pruel did the best he could do. He is so young, I don't think he would have been able to compete against Duke d'Arca and win. Whatever he did, at least pointing few things out, that was the best. I don't think anybody else in that situation would have actually did that.